All right, so full bedhead. I'm listening to this Leaf joint. What if? And the funny thing is, like I said, when it comes to lived experience and familiar stories, like I probably had the song, but I didn't really pay attention to it. It's my shit, like the beat bang. But again, I was doing like a mental freestyle. I didn't freestyle out loud, but I was off the top of the dome in my dome. And like, yeah, I mean, in the song, he said somebody sleeping on my old cot up in jail or whatever. And like in my mental freestyle, before even noticing that bar, like, yeah, I mean, it's the familiar story. You get what I'm saying? I said something like, yeah, I mean, like, the blanket, the jail blanket, like, cause everybody know, like, them thick jail blankets, they wash them drawers like twice a year, maybe a little bit more, but not often. You get what I'm saying? You can wash the sheets like weekly. I can't remember, and you can definitely once you get a laundry bag, wash your clothes. And like, yeah, you know I mean, like with that, like some people wash their shit in a drawer. Some people, some sellers will look out and be like, you ain't got a laundry bag, like you can toss your shit and with my shit and wash that shit. But like when he say that, like, you know what I mean? Like I had already hit the mental freestyle and it's like, you know what I mean? I'm in the line, but I'm also thinking like, you know what I mean? Because to me, I connected that and that's some crazy shit. Like I'm using the same blanket that niggas spent years in, that niggas fucking do all types of things and like, you know what I mean? The next nigga gonna use the same blanket. Like when I left, like, I don't know how many niggas used the same brown blanket that I had. Whatever color in different places. This shit was like even with the like the Camp Hill or I think no it was Chester County. They give you this orange sweatshirt and shit. Now I'm a big nigga, so like you know what I mean. So I don't know how many niggas I shared the sweatshirt with, but like the sweatshirt, even Camp Hill, the blues and like you know what I mean. Like the coat is the coat. And like, you know what I mean, you're still sharing a coat, but that blanket, like that blanket, that's intimate moments, even when you're not doing intimate things. But you know, you curl up in your blanket, you get all warm, especially on cold nights, and they got the air blowing and shit like that. Or you somewhere and they got ceiling fans. Like I was up in Waymore and they had ceiling fans, and I had this one guard. He was the dead of the winter, come and open the windows and hit the ceiling fans, and you'd be in there freezing. Like, but you know what I mean. The next nigga gonna use that same blanket, like I remember hitting a mental freestyle, and that was hot. Had to get my verbal catharsis on, and that was hot. Like you know what I mean. But then I hit the freestyle, and I think I explained it before. I basically laid out like not even thinking the rest of the bid or even home at this point. Like I'm home for years, but like you know what I mean. I go through what I go through, and it's like I'm not even thinking about the release date. I'm thinking that intake date. Like when you walk in, wherever you walk in, whether it's county, whether it's processing at, I guess Phoenix now or Graterford then, or Camp Hill or whatever, even your home jail. Like, you know what I mean? Especially like when you enter county, like off the street, you turn yourself in and shit like that. And then like that's day one. Even if you get arrested day one and you're in processing, you're in a holding tank, depending on the time of the day, it might be 3 niggas in there. It might be 15 niggas in there. Like, you know what I mean? When you in transition from Graterford to Camp Hill to, it's going to be like 75 niggas in there. I talked about that before. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like you in your street clothes, they hand you your blanket, your wool fucking blanket. They hand you your sheets. They hand you whatever the fucking facility colors you gonna be in. If you want max, if you want one of them blocks, if you want population, they gonna hand you that shit folded up, all folded up nice on top of the blanket. Then they gonna hand you your bologna and cheese sandwich and your fucking milk and orange juice, whatever the fuck they give you. And like, you know what I mean? Like that had me snap out of the fucking upset mood I was in, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, that's day one, like, that. if you get sentenced a year and a day, or if you get like 25 to life, that first day, it's day one, you get what I'm saying? But still, like, even after the fact, like, the next nigga gonna put your shit on. The next nigga gonna be laying in your shit. The next nigga gonna be sleeping on your couch or cot, farting and doing intimate things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just hope you got a cool celly that, you know what I mean, be on some cool shit. Like,